So last time out was quite a long video as we learnt how we could create new players and then copy and paste the code between them. We saw how we got an error in the game world, and we had to just go back and change a few things, and it's because I deleted something that Greenfoot could no longer find it, and therefore was like, well, what do you expect me to do? Help, I have an error. So that was last session. I promise that this one will be a lot shorter. What we're going to do is we're going to add some keyboard control to the spaceship. So we're actually going to open the editor. Now, it took us a while to get here, but that was because those sort of early lessons where we were learning how to turn and move, I wanted to keep that code around until we got to our enemy. And now we've created our enemy and it's using that code, then we can do something a little bit more exciting with our original character, which I have changed. I know I've moved from butterflies to spaceships, but what we're going to look at now is how we can change the way that we turn. So what we want here is we want a new method. I'm going to call this, again, we're going to go with public void, and I'm going to call it check keys, because I want to check to see whether somebody's pressed a key on the keyboard. Again, we've no parameters, so we can just use those curved brackets there. There's the first curly that opens everything for the method, and there's the second curly that closes it. So our function is called check keys, and check to see if someone has pressed either left or right, because we're going to use the arrow keys on the keyboard, the left and the right arrow keys. So how do we go about? Okay, so this is the turning left, and notice I'm writing my comments as I go. This just helps me to kind of understand what's going on. So we're going to use a Greenfoot built-in Greenfoot function again, and this one is key down. We're asking Greenfoot the question, is the following key down? And this is where we're going to use a parameter. So there's my curved brackets. The key I'm interested in is left. Is the left key down? Has somebody pressed the left key? Now we're getting a lot of brackets around here, so we need to be careful. First round one matches that one. Those two matches each other. So if I do that again, there you can see the one there matches that. The one there matches that. And here's my curly. My first curly for the if statement at the moment is matching the second curly of the method, so I'm going to put a new one in there. There's the second curly of that if statement, and if in fact key down left is true and somebody has pressed that, then I'm going to turn -5. Now I don't have to write that all again. I can copy and paste it, and this time I'm going to ask to see whether the right key has been pressed, update my comment, and if the right key has been pressed I won't need the -5 and I can go with the normal 5. Now at the moment I'm not using this check keys method. My actual turning code is this lump of code here, which I no longer need. So I'm going to remove it, just delete it, and instead of having all that code, I'm going to check keys, making sure I spell it correctly, to see whether somebody has is there an attempt to turn, to see whether there's an attempt for turn. Okay, so quite simple, quite sweet, using methods, keeping my code very simple. Let's go back and hopefully, fingers crossed, no errors, which is always good. Run, and you can see, oh, eaten straight away. Let's reset that, be a little bit more on the ball. So here we go, I can now control my spaceship using my keyboards and avoid at all costs the fireballs. Oh dear, there we go again. So, a real simple one today. We're just adding those if statements using the is key down greenfoot method, checking for left and right, and then turning appropriately. Good luck.